Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise. Salute the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call. Here.
Mrs. Pascal?
Here.
Mr. Ranieri?
Here.
Mrs. Moore?
Here.
Mr. Fowler?
Here.
Mrs. Kelly?
Here.
Mr. Root?
Here.
Mr. Root?
Mr. Wade. He's out. He'll be.
Mr. Wade is going to be.
Mr. Bob.
Dave Bayshore? Oh, and Mr. Bob. Mr. Wright?
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given by the clerk in the following manner. One, posted on the bulletin board in the clerk's office on January 6, 2015, and two, emailed to the retrospect and Perry Post on January 6, 2015. We have the approval of the minutes. A motion is in order for the approval of the minutes of the April 28, 2015 and May 5, 2015 meetings as submitted by the clerk, as each member received copies of the same. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the minutes for 4/28/15 and 5/5/15.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. We're going to skip this, we're going to get down, we're going to go right to... where are we? We're going to skip the Resolution 15-96.
This is a resolution confirming 2015 appointment to the police department, Frank Olson as sergeant, $84,378. And to administration, the personnel committee, mayor is director of personnel, department director, department head overseeing committee in need of hire, and another member of the committee in need of hire as selected by the department head.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
I so move.
I'll second.
Okay, a motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Moore. Is there any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Pasio?
Yes.
Mr. Fowler?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
Okay, the resolution is adopted. At this time, we will swear in our new sergeant.
Would you like to bring your mother up, Frank? Sure. This is also, you're more welcome to step up. You're more welcome to step up. You first.
Okay. Raise your right hand. I
I, Frank Olson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of New Jersey,
and the state of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
and bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people,
and without any people.
and that I will faithfully,
And I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform the duties
perform the duties
of the office of,
of the office of Sergeant of the Police Department
according to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
and that I will not use my office
And I use my office
to grant preferential treatment,
and preferential treatment,
nor to seek personal gain,
special gain,
favor, or advantage
favor, or advantage,
not available to the general public.
I'll go with John Paul.
So help me God.
So we got.
Congratulations.
Good job, Frank. Guys, thank you very much. Good enough?
Yeah, you missed it. Okay, we'll continue with the regular order of business. Reports. Okay, you want to amend that?
Can somebody make a motion to amend the salary to 91,367?
I make a motion to amend the salary to $91,367.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Do we have a roll call? Wait, want to do a roll call for that?
Sorry. Mrs. Kelly?
Ms. Kelly?
Oh, yes. Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Casio?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Ruth?
Yes.
And Mr. Reno?
Yes.
What was that?
It was 91, 367. So amended as a, okay, so reports.
Yes. We have a report of the construction official for the month of May. Total of $3,789 was collected in various fees and permits. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have a report of the municipal court for the month of April. A total of $11,133.35 was collected. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have a report of the police department for the month of May. A total of $358.55 was collected for accident discovery, solicitor reports, and firearm permits. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have a report of the borough clerk for the month of May. A total of $2,129.20 was collected for various licenses, permits, including pet licenses. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the fire marshal for the month of May. A total of $2,119 was collected in fire fees. There were 77 inspections completed, 178 total incidents, 3 Type 1 permits issued, and May EMS fees collected $27,392.88. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the registrar of vital statistics for the month of May. $2,958 was collected for various death copies, marriage copies, and marriage licenses. All monies were turned over to the treasurer. We have the report of the collector for the month of May. A total of $2,394,439.50 was collected in taxes, and $19,421.35 in sewer rentals. All monies were turned over to the treasurer as said.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept the reports as given?
I so move.
I second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Pacio. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion is carried.
I have a question.
Public hearing, ordinance 15-09. Oh, I apologize.
Excuse me, I just
Yeah,
have
please
one
read.
question.
The first one is a note from Robert Scott, thanking the mayor and council for the flowers on the death of his wife. And the next one is a letter from Barb Auberly. Dear Mayor and Council, thank you for honoring our servicemen. Dedications given will long be remembered. The plaque given for Fran Hayes, who was killed in Vietnam, will be cherished by our family. I would also like to thank you for the plaque presented to my husband, Joseph Auberly, who served in Korea. Thank you for your thoughtfulness. It is greatly appreciated. Barb Auberly.
Okay, is there a motion to accept the communication?
I'll make a motion to accept the communication. Second.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Morrison, Ms. Pacio, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Public hearing, sorry about that. Ordinance 15-09 is a bond ordinance authorizing the completion of various capital improvements to the sewer utility in the Borough of Runnemede, County of Camden, New Jersey, appropriating the sum of $1.55 million, therefore authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds for bond anticipation notes for the Borough of Runnemede. This is the second reading, so this is the public portion. Anyone wishing to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance alone, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I'll make a motion to close the public portion. I second that motion.
Motion to close. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Public portion. We went quick. Okay, so now we need a motion to adopt on second and final reading.
I'll make a motion to adopt on second and final reading and advertise according to law.
And I second that motion.
Where it's adopted?
This is-
This adopted. So we have a motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Ms. Passio. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mrs. Tasia.
Yes.
Mrs. Moore. Yes. Mr. Ruth.
Yes.
Mr. Powell.
Yes.
And Mr. Runnemede.
Yes.
Okay, so the ordinance is adopted. Committee reports. Finance, Mr. Renier.
Good evening, everybody, council, mayor. Last week at our last meeting, at our caucus meeting, we approved a few line item resolutions which finalized our state approval for our 2015 budget, which from my understanding was pretty timely compared to the previous years. We're still preparing for the long-term financing, and we will start working with the organization that we selected in a couple of weeks, which will be something we're looking forward to. This month, a few of us, Rich, myself, the mayor, we are going to start to work with a group of financing companies to start to get our long-term financing in order. And the Harry Williams building, we are working, there's a slight delay in the clean energy program, and I believe that'll be getting started back up in July. There's a lot of work that we're going to have done at the Harry Williams building, and including the lighting and things of that nature. I think I mentioned last time, we're going to be paying a very small portion compared to the overall bill, which is something we're looking forward to. Other than that, progress.
Okay, thank you very much. Public safety, Ms. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, I am a happy lady. Our quint is going to be delivered on Friday. The fire chief and his committee were up at Nosquahoney all day on Tuesday. And they did a final inspection, and certain things were on the checklist that had to be done. And they are working, DMA is working on that now, and the quint will be delivered on Friday. So we're just so pleased. It's been a year and a half we've been waiting for this apparatus, and it's going to enable us to serve all the buildings in our town with a fully hosed rear mount ladder. It's also an engine. That's why it's called a quint. So please, I encourage you, be supportive of our chief and his men as they train on this new apparatus. It'll take about 2 to 3 weeks of training. The EMS. If you are familiar with our EMS, we have not been able to have coverage from 4 to 6 every day, even though we have people 24/7. But from 4 to 6 every day, we weren't able to cover, and other towns had to cover for us. So we hired for 6 months on probationary hire a full-time emergency medical tech. And that was to cover that 4 to 6 time frame that was not covered. 23 calls were done during that time this month. And these are the calls that we could not respond to, how busy that 4 to 6 time is. 23 calls. Having this full-time emergency tech enables us also to have 2 ambulances on duty all day long. So if an ambulance is on a call, we have a backup, take another call. We don't have to call in another town. It's our men serving our people. And I'm just so proud that we're able to do that for our town and our citizens. This month they had an active fire in Magnolia that they responded to. In the past 2 months, we've had 3 2-alarm fires that our men have had to respond to. So they're using their training, they're staying safe, they're being efficient, and they're putting out fires, big fires. When you have 2 alarm, that's not something to sneeze at. You have 2 towns responding with all their apparatus. So I just want to comment on our fire department. I don't know if anyone is here from the fire department, but kudos to all of them for their hard work and for their dedication and commitment. Needless to say, we have a new sergeant, and it was an honor to swear him in and bring him on as our new sergeant. Sergeant Frank Olson has been a long-time dedicated police officer, and we're proud to have him as our sergeant, and thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
We had a busy month in our police department, and 141 arrests. You know, I give these numbers out every month, but you just have to understand the dedication and commitment that these people have. They love their job. They love coming to work, all of them. It is a beautiful, beautiful relationship they have with our people, and they protect us and they serve us so beautifully every month. So behind the statistics are all these officers and our chiefs and our sergeants just looking out for our people. So the numbers are there, they state what it is, they're very active. Our bicycle patrol has been absolutely wonderful, doing lots of arrests. People don't expect to see cops on bikes. It's been very effective. All of the officers, all of the officers have been trained to ride those bikes. They have to be certified in order to ride those bikes.
Just a little, Paul. We have a signal for you.
That's my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Public events, Ms. Passio?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. This Saturday, Runnemede will be having their townwide yard sale, and that will be on Saturday, June 6th. And the rain date will be on Sunday, June 7th. So as long as we don't have a torrential downpour by 8 o'clock, we will move on with our yard sale. It's looking promising good. Okay, I did see some rain. I was a little worried. Okay, once again, Runnemede will be sharing fireworks displays with Barrington. So I would ask you to please come out and enjoy the fireworks in Barrington on Friday night, July 3rd at 9:30 p.m. They also will be having a parade on that evening. I believe it's around 6 or 6:30. You can go on their website and see the exact time. Our 4th of July celebration will be Saturday, July 4th. The Baby and Bicycle Parade will begin at 9:30 a.m. So please arrive 15 minutes early to register, and it will take place at the Harry Williams Community Center, rain or shine. Our parade will begin along the pike at 1 p.m. But the rain date for that, if it's raining, we'll have a rain date, and the rain date for that parade will be on Sunday, July 5th at 1 p.m. The seniors will not have their monthly meetings for July and August, but their last meeting will be June 20th at 1 p.m. And this concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Engineering, Mr. Beck.
Thanks. I'm glad to report that Irish Hill is finally done. We had a lot of delays there, but it's finally done. It actually looks like a road.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's like expecting father every day out checking it out, you know? Also, waiting on a few other projects. Singley Avenue, there's 3 streets there we're going to be working on. Oakland Avenue, we're still waiting on that. And all the rest are it. Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. In the buildings next door to the Borough Hall, we're still waiting there. So,
Well, I think there's a bond ordinance that's being worked on to pay for those buildings. So that'll be it, yeah.
yes. So all the rest projects.
Great,
Thank you.
thank you. Public Works, Ms. Moore.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I'm relying on some of my information is coming from the acting director of the department right now, so I'm relying on him for the day-to-day activities of what's going on there. So Mr. Shannon did report to me, although he has communicated it as well in email, that there have been 10 vacant properties have been mowed, cleaned up, and security inspected. Mr. Knight is feeding, Keith Knight's feeding the list of properties to the department and to Tom Shannon as well. It's going to be an ongoing process. The list seems to be growing on a regular basis of the properties that we're maintaining. The playground at Green Acres. I think everybody kind of received some, and I don't mean to steal this from you, Councilman, if you were going to report. This is crossing it off. I just crossed it off. I'll let you.
Okay, give it to him.
let you do it, I'll let you do it. You know, I only got pictures, that's all. They had replaced all the wood around the property, around the playground, and they did put down mulch, but I'll let Mr. Root elaborate on that a little bit further. We are going to be placing one of the picnic tables. I did request for one of them to be placed down there that we had, that's being stored right now, Public Works. The DARE graduation, I understand went very well. There was probably about 200 people, from what I understand, in attendance. Was that about, not that many? Okay, then he elaborated. Memorial Day went well. I think the tent was a great success. I think that was the overwhelming response, and it was a beautiful day. So we are going to be replacing the mulch along the pike, raking out all of the tree boxes along the pike, cutting back all the saplings of the trees, getting them cleaned up and getting the flags up for the 4th of July, so that'll all be ready to go.
I just want to say something. I do want to thank Public Works for Memorial Day. They did a fantastic job on everything. It was just.
It was a great day. It was a great day all the way around.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I didn't.
No, that's okay. It's just, maintenance is, we're just doing yard maintenance around, taking care of the properties, the public areas in town. We're gonna remulch the dog park, that's on the hit list. And, just again, I know, I have a resident here that talked to me today. Yard waste does continue to go out on Monday. So please, if you're putting it out, keep in open containers. It will get picked up. Bundle branches, try to put them in a can. If it's anything larger, please feel free to contact Public Works. Their phone number is 931-0646. We are actively working on making sure that we respond to the residents in a more timely fashion, so it is happening. Otherwise, progress and business is
Or did I say something?
There's a public portion at the end.
Yeah, sorry, that's okay, hold on to it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Parks and Recreation, Mr. Root.
Thank you. Okay, the long-awaited fountain will be hopefully operational by mid-next week.
All right.
Electrician, JPK Electrician and Black Lagoon have been working with PSE&G, and they have everything, the parts are in to the Black Lagoon, and they're going to work out there, probably starting Friday, should definitely be done, and everything going by Wednesday. So keep our fingers crossed on that. As Councilwoman Moore said, the Public Works did the new mulch and cleaned up the park at Green Acres. It looks great. They actually made it a little smaller. We didn't need it that big, so we got some more grass going down that maybe something can build in or something. But that looks really nice. The pole barn is working out great. It went through the spring and the summer. It's the slow part of the year, but everything was working great. Our big test is going to be fall, late fall, winter, see how it works when everybody wants it. Summer Rec is accepting applications for part-time help, and we are also finalizing our counselor selection. We should have everything finalized for the caucus in August. Well, either August caucus, but the end of June, to have everybody finalized for working at the rec. Just a reminder, it runs from June 22nd to July 31st. It's going to run from 12 to 3, Monday through Friday. It's going to be at Bingham School this year, and if everything works out, then it's going to move back to Bolts School next year, but Bolts is getting work done this year, so we're doing it at Bingham School. And it's $60 a child, and we are opening up from kindergarten to 8th grade now. Not going to see too many 7th and 8th graders there, but they're more than welcome. And as they come in, if they want to be junior counselors, they can, they're not going to get paid, but they can start helping out to see what it's like to be a counselor if they want to do so when they get older. And then the rest is progress.
Did they bring their own lunch one?
Yeah, no food is going to be, well, no food is going to be supplied. If they do stay for the school, because the school is having their activities from 9 to 12, and then the rec is 12 to 3. So if they do stay, they're going to have to be supplied with their own lunch that they can eat before the rec starts.
I have a question.
Sure.
Have you talked to Mr. Shannon in regard to taking care of the other park in town under the VFW? I did.
It was
I did.
on his, the mayor's meeting.
Okay.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
I didn't know, and I sent him an email
Yeah, I think he responded, well,
Yeah, requesting that that get put on the list as well.
yeah, I think it was.
I didn't know if that was something you were handling or.
No, it's public works.
No, I meant that he was trying to facilitate the vote.
Yeah, all the parks are given to him on his first meeting,
Okay,
so he does have that.
all right, awesome, thanks.
Okay.
And the rest of the property.
All right, thank you very much. Administrators report, Mr. Wright.
It's pretty much set by everyone else. We are going to do the bond ordinance tonight for acquisition of properties. Obviously, we have the agreement. This is the spending authorization, basically allows us to spend money on this purpose. Once it's approved, then we have the ability to cut a check. Talk with the director, so just make sure everyone else is clear. We have the option to either borrow short-term if required, use our own funding, and we're going to be going to permanent financing in the fall, so we have to be permanently financed in the fall.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, thank you very much. Solicitors report.
Yes, for people who don't know me, I'm John Wade, I'm Len Wood's partner. I'm pleased to be here tonight. I was made aware of the issuing of a request to meet with an employee. Mr. Mecca, a construction official, in fact, was sent a Rice letter requesting him to appear. He responded and indicated that he would appear. He has an attorney, and I had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Mecca and his attorney, Mr. Daly, who were back prior to the meeting. I can report that since the Rice notice was sent, and the Rice notice was sent because of concern that the council apparently had relative to what the council considered non-responsiveness to certain questions that they had. We did receive a letter after the Rice notice was sent, dated May 20th, 2015. I believe it's responsive to what the council is looking for. I'd like to share it with council either in executive session tonight or pass it out for your consideration at the next meeting. I indicated to Mr. Daly, and he and I both looked at the fact that the agenda did not reflect a public session with his client. I indicated that we reviewed the letter. I'd like the opportunity to review it with the committee, and that we would be taking no further action tonight. They're present to, I guess, hear this, my explanation, and ask any questions that they may have.
At all?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. We can do a closed session at the end of the.
And the closed session, just so I'm repeating it for those who have an interest, Mr. Mayor, would just be to present the letter, and that would be it. If there was still a need to explore this any further, we would have to take action. There would have to be appropriate notice, and we'd have to advertise it accordingly.
All right, thank you very much. Engineers report.
Thank you. We'll rely on our report from the call.
Old business, we have none. Public comment on agenda items. This is, we're going to be voting on 6 items coming up. Anyone wishing to make a comment on those 6 before we start voting? This portion of the meeting is open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the microphone. Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I make a motion to close the public portion.
It's only for these items that are on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's only, there's 6 days.
Maybe that's something that generally.
We'll have a open session afterwards.
I'm embarrassed to say I'm here 22 years. It's the first town meeting I ever went to, and I would think the town very small. Sorry.
We're glad you're here.
Well, we're good. We'll have a spot for you.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, so is there a motion to close the public portion?
I make a motion to close the public portion. I accept.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public portion is closed. We have a proclamation.
Tourette Syndrome Awareness Day, June 4, 2013. Whereas Tourette Syndrome, TS, is an inherited neurological disorder that is characterized by involuntary physical and vocal ties that occur many times a day. And whereas Tourette syndrome is often accompanied by other conditions such as attention deficit and obsessive compulsive disorder, learning disabilities, and depression. And whereas the neurological disorder known as Tourette syndrome affects 1 in 100 children. More than 20,000 school-age children in the state of New Jersey alone are dealing with TS. And although some of these cases are aided by medication, there is no stable treatment or no cure for this disorder. Whereas there is an important need for more professional help with interest and expertise to identify, counsel, and treat people with TS, with the lag time between initial onset of symptoms and proper diagnosis for those who do seek help, still averaging more than 7 years. And whereas positive actions to assist those children and families dealing with TS would result from a broadening of public and professional knowledge and acceptance of TS. And whereas the New Jersey Center for Tourette Syndrome is the first and only program of its kind in the nation, and they are actively providing services to families, educating medical professionals, teachers, social workers, and supporting research to understand the signs and treatments of TS. Now therefore, I, Nick Kapadas, Mayor of the Borough of Runnemede, New Jersey, do hereby proclaim that Thursday, June 4th, 2015 will be recognized as Tourette Syndrome Awareness Day in Runnemede as special day to promote understanding, compassion, and acceptance for all of our fellow citizens who deserve and need our support to break the stigma that's related to Tourette syndrome. Nick Kapadas, Mayor.
Thank you, Teresa. This is a very important proclamation to many of the residents in our community. It was brought to my attention how it affects so many children, and I hope that everyone hears what was said in these words, understands this a little bit better. So for that,
Thank you.
we need to go to all right, proclamation. Okay, resolution 15-94.
It's a resolution authorizing the shared services agreement by and between the Borough of Runnemede and Black Hills Park Regional School District. This is the resource officer.
Is there a motion to approve?
I second that motion.
Motion by Passio, second by Kelly. Any discussion? This is just a renewal of the contract we have. Roll call? Roll call, no changes yet. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Alcino?
Yes.
Mr. Ruth?
Yes.
Mr. Moore?
Yes. Okay, the resolution is adopted. Resolution 15-95.
This is a resolution awarding a professional services contract to Tri Associates for grant writing services.
To make everyone aware again, this is basically a pay per grant type of application. It allows us to look into certain aspects of grants that we don't always go after. So hopefully all the members of the council will take advantage of this, and the different departments will look into this.
I have a question. For grants, is it only if if there's somebody that's looking for a grant that's outside of, that wants to improve something in Borough, that person will help them?
Well, I'll try to help us out with that. I think that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. But, mostly it was to help us with things that we don't automatically already do. Obviously, we do DOT granting, we do recreation. These are things that may be outside the purview of the normal business. So, do we have a motion to adopt?
I make the motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Mr. Farrell, second by Ms. Passio. Any discussion, any more discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Farrell? Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Leary?
Yes.
And Mr. Ruth?
6 ayes. The resolution is adopted. Resolution 1596, we already did. 1597.
This is a resolution authorizing the property maintenance.
Is there a motion? Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Ms. Moore, second by Mr. Ranieri. Any discussion? This is just for the maintenance that we're doing, charging. There will be a lien put on these properties to recover the cost. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Ruth?
Yes.
And Mr. Leary?
Yes.
Resolution 15-98.
This is a resolution approving a change order for AJM Electric and and authorizing final payment. This is the generator, the change that was made. It's actually a decrease.
Decrease
in
of-
contract.
$5,171.
This is the generator.
This is the generator, this is the last payment, correct?
Yes.
We're done? Okay, is there a motion to
No.
approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion by Mr. Mayor, second by Ms. Passio. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Ruth?
Yes.
And Mr. Capaz. I'm sorry. That should be Mr. Ramirez.
Yes.
That's an old one, to change
Do you move, huh?
it. 6 ayes.
6 ayes, the resolution is adopted. We have
We have first reading of the
the
bond
bond ordinance.
ordinance authorizing the acquisition of real property in the amount of $700,000.
Okay, this is ordinance 2015-10,
It's going to be no, it's actually going to be 14.
no, 14. Okay, so someone has to make a motion to adopt and read on, a first reading, when would it be?
July, I think it's 7th, I think it's the first one is on the 7th.
July 7th?
I think it's July 7th. First Tuesday of,
You know
July.
that.
Okay, so I need a motion to adopt ordinance 2015-14 for a first reading on July 7th, or a public hearing on July 7th.
I'll make a motion.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, yes? No.
Yes, July 7th.
That might be a solicitor question, I don't understand why we...
I'm sorry, I didn't, for second reading.
I don't have a memorized.
So we hear it on the 7th, Mr. Wright would like to hear it before,
20 days of publication.
so caucus is public hearing, we haven't.
Some of it's not what I do.
Covered.
Okay,
I would verify that with bond counsel.
would you like to change that date to the caucus?
First reading.
Yes? Okay, we're gonna change the date from July 7th to the June caucus meeting. And the reason is to give us enough days between the two meetings, which I don't know.
So do you have the funds are available prior to the end?
To close it, okay. So the June,
Which is the 22nd, is that correct? No, sorry, the 23rd.
First reading's going to be
June 23rd. June 23rd will be the public hearing.
okay, you got that, Mr. Renier?
She's going to.
Okay, Ms.
What
Price.
is it now? Okay.
June 23rd,
For the public hearing?
yes.
Average first reading?
No,
Public
this is
hearing.
first.
This is first hearing, that's public.
This is first hearing.
Okay, to advertise and change according to law for the first public hearing?
For the public hearing to be held on June
Or
23rd,
23rd,
At a meeting beginning at 7.
at a meeting beginning
Oh,
at
no,
6
6
p.m.
6 p.m.
It's caucus.
Okay, everybody got that? All right, is there a second? Yes.
And be appropriately advertised.
Yes, and appropriate advertising according to law, yes. And the meeting will be
To conduct business, correct.
I second that
Second
motion.
motion, okay.
Thank you, Ellen.
So motion is made by Ms. Passio, second by Ms. Kelly to adopt ordinance 2015-14. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Mr. Reno?
Yes.
So we have the payment of bills. Is there a payment of bill list?
I make a motion that we pay the bills?
Second that motion.
Okay. Motion is made and second. Roll call, please, Ms. Pinto?
I'm sorry, roll call.
This is better.
We're usually much better than this.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
And Reno?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes.
Mrs. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
Mr. Root?
Yes.
And Mr. Reno?
Yes.
Besides, the payment of the bills will be paid. This portion of the meeting is open to the public. This is the good and welfare portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the microphone, state your name and address. Oh.
I live on a corner property at 561 Boston Court, and had a tenancy back here since 2011. I just want to want to have it set to record for, is it Mr. Wood?
Wait,
Wade, that the chapter 395 zoning, I was told that it wasn't changed, but that it was clarified or set more clearly. Okay, it says the Borough Council has reviewed the code and the recommendation of the Planning and Zoning Board of the Borough of Runnemede and desires to make a change. It does not say a clarification for the definition of a corner lot. The term 2 front yards was never mentioned in the ordinance prior to when it was approved in August 2014. And I just wanted that to be clarified because it does say that you desire to make a change in the definition of a corner lot, which a lot of people seem to think that there's a lot of controversy over it, that it had always been said that way. It was never said that way. And, you know, Mr. Mecca issued us our permit, and I think that it should be open to the public. I think that, in all fairness to him, and I just want it noted that the term 2 front yards was never noted until it was, a change was to be made, saying that if you have a corner lot, you have 2 front yards. And that's a term, owning a corner property, that I never heard of until 2014, and my fence was erected in 2011. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak? We have a young man who would like to come on.
My name is Michael Davis. I'm 629 Detmar Terrace. I have a letter to read them. Hello, my name is Michael Davis, and I have Tourette's. I would like to thank Mayor and Council for adopting this proclamation. Tomorrow, June 4th, 2015, Tourette's Syndrome Awareness Day will be a great day in New Jersey. When I was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome 10 years ago, not many people who know me, who knew a lot about Tourette's syndrome. Now all residents of New Jersey will. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to speak? I did get your phone call. I apologize for not calling back.
I know you're busy. Randy Yates, 125 East 3rd Avenue. First of all, I'd like to wish you good luck there for your adventures. I always depend on Beverly for everything. I can text her in the middle of the day. Eleanor is the same. Any questions I have, the answer. Nick, no, we'll get back sooner or later. But anyway, the grass waste, the last 2 weeks, is not Public Works' fault. It is the guy who's driving the truck, they say Keith. I think his name is Keith. He zoomed by so fast that the guys don't even have a chance to get off the truck and get the stuff. That's what I was told the last 3 weeks, and I did see it happen. So the last 2 weeks before this Monday, I stopped them on their way back and said, hey, you forgot my grass, you know? It's in the can, it's all, you know.
Yeah.
But they did come back and get it, so thank you.
No problem.
And I think that this question goes to Mr. Farrell. You're the engineer, correct? What about some speed bumps on East 3rd Avenue? I'm telling you, this is no lie. We just had a hit and run yesterday. Okay?
Where are we still
130 was it, Paul? Where they got the shed that goes across the street like that. I think it's 130, right across the street. I mean, this guy hit it to the car. Okay? And they do speed. We're out there putting new grass in. You can ask Keith, he rode by today. On Sunday, you got these cars. I mean, these are not young kids. These are people my age, flying down the streets. Now, we have a lot more families that have moved in the area, or people have had children now. They got to school. People next door, they had an event Sunday, they had a whole house full of kids. Okay, these kids, all it's going to take is one kid to step out in that street, and they're going to get. What's going to take? Somebody to get killed on the street before they do something. You got the school, you know the deal with the teachers. They park, the parents come, they park anywhere, you know, and they are not. We say they can't give them tickets, there is signs there, no parking. Can't give them tickets as long as they're sitting in their vehicles. Okay? Police might come down at 5 to 3 in the afternoon, they probably hand out 30 tickets. From what I was told, the rumor was our old mayor squashed all the tickets because the residents were complaining because they were parents who were picking up the children. And I understand, rainy days, snowy days, no, you can't get down that street at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They block the residents' driveways. And, you know, we're not, people around there are not going to call the cops just because their driveways are blocked. It's really a nuisance. You know, they don't have time to waste doing that stuff, you know. But the speeding has gotten a lot worse within the last year. Has gotten bad. And I sat there Sunday and counted 5 cars flying down the street. And like I said, I don't be young kids, but they're not young kids. I think they have better sense. But it's, I don't know, maybe 1, 2 speed bumps will help, I don't know. Maybe ripping off the front of their vehicles will help, you know, I don't know. You know, it's like when I go down Eleanor Street when I'm headed to the Acme, I'll just cut the back way. And I mean, I know there's speed bumps on your road, and they do make people stop, you know.
We're supposed to make people stop cutting through. Yes, it didn't work.
Right, but I mean, no. But I'm just saying, maybe there's something, there's somehow, I don't know.
Actually, I've done a lot of research on speed bumps because I'm not for speed bumps. And speed bumps can create more accidents than not. If you're a speeder, you're not gonna stop on these speed bumps.
Well, then that's your problem, and you rip the part of your car off, or you rip
But
something
that's
else
what's
off.
gonna happen. It also creates lots of noise. Wherever that speed bump is, you're gonna hear a lot of noise.
Well, I think I'd rather hear the noise than see a child get killed on the street.
It also deters our safety equipment. We have ambulances, we have fire equipment. It slows that
Half
down.
the ambulance can't get down the street at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wait a second. It also can create injury to people who go over those bumps, believe that or not.
Well, I'm
So there's a
sure.
lot of pros and cons. There's a lot of pros and cons. Before we do something like that, we need to have a police officer come out there, maybe park a car there and watch. And if you see speeders come up and down that street at a certain time, call the police. That's what you should do.
By the time the police are gone, they're gone, you know, they're so far gone.
That's okay, so, but you need to document it and it needs to be reported. We need enforcement. So you call Chief Daly, well, never mind, you'll put a car there, you can put a car there, correct? And you can, can watch the speeders. I'm going to tell you another thing that it does. I can give you a whole list. I'm going to tell you one more thing that it does do. You put a speed bump on your street, and it will go to the next street behind you. So the people, instead of coming down your street, those speeders will go to the next street and speed up another street.
Mr. Farrell, did you want to respond?
Yes, thank you. We're looking for alternative ways to help that. I think if we'll go out with Mr. Bach and see if we can alleviate some of those problems.
But not only just speeders.
No, I
Go
understand.
there,
The parking, everything else.
Go there 5 to 3, you'll see what I mean. Because the gentleman who lives next to me is very sickly, and he does take the ambulance a lot. Now, I've seen where he's had to ask the parents to move their vehicles from the front of his driveway so the ambulance can get it out. I mean, that's...
Yeah.
So no parking near certain school hours, I'm not
Only
sure.
Uh,
on the one side, Mr. Vanilla, I think it was...
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Maybe we can do
they showed
something there
yellow,
at the other
no
side.
parking during school time at 7 a.m.
Joanne, you know it's been a tough issue to deal with, but we'll look at it again, and obviously things change.
Mr. Bach, you can check this stuff,
Yeah, I mean, it's still parked there, but it's, at least not parked on the driveways, that's not right. So if it's packed up on that side of the road, they come on the other side of the street, they lock it.
I understand. We'll look into it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll take it back to you, too.
Anyone else wish to speak?
Michael Menz, 286 Sunset Road. Apologize, I came in late and maybe this item's being addressed. I heard a vote about maintaining properties and putting liens on them. The house across the street from my house has been vacant about 5 years. Up until this year, somebody, the street rumor is Bank of America has been taking care of the property, but the grass is about 2 foot tall. Last week, someone tried to mow it and did a pretty poor job, but it just looks like hell. Other neighbors are walking their dogs and defecating in it. One neighbor, up until the grass was deplorable, was using the front yard as a U-turn driveway, which was also degrading the property value for whoever owns the building. And I just was wondering, I don't know if that vote was to start maintaining these vacant properties, or what can be done, and what can I do? If I can squat in it and take possession of it, I will.
Well, Mike, we did, we got a list of all the properties.
And I'm sure you have dozens in the city.
We have about 80. We've identified.
I would have said
That's-
100, but.
And that's the ones that are vacant that we know that have not been maintained. The Borough's taken a very aggressive position to go out there and immediately cut the grass. Instead of sending notices and waiting and all that kind of process for the courts, we're taking a little more aggressive, going out there, cutting it, and as you saw tonight, we put liens on for over. Yeah, so I did see Sunset was on that list.
Okay.
So, and it's behind my house.
I know.
So I know it's there, and the vacancy has been a huge problem. Obviously, the state has changed some of their laws to allow us to be more aggressive with the banks, to start moving on these things. We've adopted new ordinances to help us do that. For example,
Yeah, we're also trying to work with code enforcement to also get, because what the process was, and you and I just spoke about this the other day, what the process was is we would cite them, they would go out and cut the grass, and then they would never go back out until we cited them again. So now we're trying to get to a point that we're going to try to amend whatever we have to do so that we don't have to continually cite them, that we can just say, okay, that's it. Like, this is a no-brainer, like, we don't have to keep telling you, oh, it's time, because that's what they were saying, well, you didn't tell me, you didn't remind me. It's like, crying out loud, the grass is 2 feet high, we shouldn't have to remind you. So we're trying to get it, that we can figure out the wording to say that we don't have to, we can just say, now you have to come to court again, because we're done. Like, you have to maintain it.
And I know I'm not a singular incident in the state. And even when they cut it, they would cut it at like 6:30 a.m. on a Sunday. And I'm like, well, okay, time to get up, and we'll do 7 o'clock mass. But, there's some reasonable thing. And even, again, where neighbors are using it as a U-turn driveway, can we put up a do not, I'm ready to like throw 2x4s with nails up, so the people doing it, they're, it's.
If it's in the hands of the bank, like, is it?
I've heard, no,
What's the address? I'm sorry.
it's across the street from my house, 286, I'm gonna say 285.
No, I'll come to Keith, I mean, I know.
it was on the list,
Let's
and,
find out what the status
but
is.
you knew that the house was vacant. It's been vacant for a very.
Yeah, I'm surprised, like, people aren't smoking pot and doing meth and all that stuff in there yet, and the place is gonna burn down.
They don't know Sunset Road very well. It's
Let's not throw that out there. No.
nice road.
I just, and other neighbors are like, I'll get a petition. I'm like, we don't need a petition, I'll just go make
Yeah.
a call, and again, I know it's not the only house in the borough.
So are we doing anything to try to get somewhere where people can report them?
Well, at this point, we've used our code enforcement official to drive around, and he's identified these properties. And we also have a mechanism for people to go on our website and also
That's it.
identify.
So
There's a website mechanism?
Let's
Yeah.
throw this out, like, if you go onto the Runnemede website, there is a place that you can put comments.
Concerns.
And concerns. Please, I urge, if you live next door to a house that's vacant, that maybe recently became vacant, that isn't getting the care that it needs, even if it's just vacant, I still say that you should notify the borough, because just because the house has become vacant doesn't mean that we, as the town, are aware of it.
Sure.
So, and that's happening a lot. I mean, I did have one right down the street from me that became vacant. I didn't even know he left until, like, there was evidence that he was totally not there. I did not even know that he was gone. So, I urge you to, like, go on, put in the note, Mr. Wright can do it. We do have a list, and Keith has been more out there trying to get a list together. But the only way we'll know is when people tell us.
And what we charged tonight was $450 to cut each yard. So it's a
I'll
very.
do it for $425.
So we are hitting them very hard so that we try to incite them to do that.
And that's the comments link on the
Right
website.
onto it, there's like a little
Front
box over
page.
to the left, it'll say, right on the front page, it says comments and concerns. You can just click on it and put in an empty house, and we'll get it.
Okay.
It was right to Mr. Wright.
Word of you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
No problem, thanks.
Anyone else wish to speak? Seeing no one else, is there a motion to close the public portion?
I make a motion. I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Ms. Farrell, second by Ms. Passio, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the public portion is closed. We have ordinance 15-99, which is a closed session. And just to clarify what the closed session is to just simply, we have a letter that our solicitor is going to read to all the members of council so they know what the letter says. And
I would offer some legal input relative to that. We're going to take no action whatsoever other than that.
and we'll do no action when we come back. So we have motion 1599 for a closed session to not take more than
5 minutes.
10 minutes. So no more than 10. Is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion for 5 minutes. I make a motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Mr. Root, second by Mr. O'Leary, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Motion to go back into public session.
I so move.
Is there a second? I second. Okay, motion by Ms. Kelly, second by Mr. Farrell. All in favor to be back in open session?
Aye.
Now do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
By Ms. Passio, second by Mr. O'Leary. All in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
We adjourn.